I'm a EPO, it's an Environmental Protection Officer.
I like to describe my role as being the pollution police.
I tell kids the police are people police and we're nature police, so we're looking after nature.
EPOs and CPOs are frontline authorised officers that regulate pollution and waste, so we conduct inspections and assess things from within EPA's offices to make sure that businesses are doing the right thing with their waste and not causing harm to human health and the environment from their activities.
Every day as an EPO, it's always changing.
Usually Mondays are the contact day. We need to all come into the office. We've got all of our meetings then. The rest of the week can be, it depends where the week's going to take you really.
Some days you'll be office bound a fair bit, making a lot of phone calls, doing some research background. Other days you could be out in the field all day, responding to pollution reports, incidents that have happened.
It's not just the same thing. You have a good balance between being out in the field, communicating with duty holders, and then training.
It's kind of exciting, just you never know what's going to happen and you never know where the week's going to take you.
The thing that is probably a surprise to most people is how important your communication skills are in this role.
So we'll usually go out there and talk about what we call the general environmental duty, which basically makes everyone, all Victorians, responsible for their actions that may have any risk of harm to the environment or the community.
We don't just jump straight to infringements and fining people. We do a lot of education and providing knowledge, providing guidance. Being a regulator, it's a difficult type of job to some, particularly because you have to give people bad news sometimes.
This role, you need to be across a whole lot of things, and that's a really high expectation for one person, and one person can't be across all those things. And that's where it's really important that we have a good, diverse group who can bring all their skills to be able to solve a problem.
The other things that I really like is the diversity. There is never something that is similar, so you will never get bored.
We do have a great culture here, and I think that comes down to the fact that we are all here for the same reason, and we all have similar values and what we want to do and what we want to protect, and that means that we can really lean on each other, and it creates a really great culture.
This has been the reason for the success of the organization, because people bring so transferable skills from other experience, and which has been helpful in regulating different issues.
The EPA is amazing for flexibility and work-life balance. I'm an early riser. I like to work early in the morning, but I have colleagues that will come in around about 9, finish at 5, others that will come in a little bit later.
If we work an extra hour the next day, you can take that hour off.
It allows for that flexibility to basically fit into your work-life balance. For anyone that's looking at becoming an environmental protection officer, it doesn't matter what your background is, you get really, really thorough training. The support network that you have behind you is going to help you grow.
So when you're employed as an Environment Protection Officer, you have to go through authorised officer training, which is in-person training that goes for maybe 3 or 4 months, and you learn about all the different regulatory tools that EPA has. That gives you a badge and a patch on your shirt, and then after that there's lots more training you can do to become an after-hours responder, a science response officer, a person that can take proceedings. There's many different training opportunities to keep upskilling us in our roles.
I recently completed a qualification which is in government investigations, so it's continuously learning and the opportunities provided by EPA.
A successful and a good candidate for an EPO role would be someone that's passionate about the environment, passionate about the community, and allow communities today to enjoy what we have in the future.
So I actually came into the organisation with a commerce background, so not an environment background. The organisation takes people from all backgrounds, which is amazing. I think you need to be ready to kind of step out of your comfort zone. Even if you think you're fine with regulating and acts and legislation, you still get pushed out of your comfort zone every day. And I think you need to be prepared to look outside the box when you need to. I always joke with my friends that I've actually become a far more interesting person since working here because I know so much more.
You'll be learning all day, every day, so just give it a go.
Working as an environment protection officer, I feel like this is the most meaningful way to contribute back to the community.
I feel like on the ground, I make a difference straight away, and that's what's the most satisfying part of my job.
And that's very helpful for my soul. Like, I feel like I'm achieving something. I'm not standing just somewhere.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm proud to tell my kids what I do.
I feel really lucky to work for EPA.
I'm passionate about protecting the environment because I want my kids to have a beautiful environment that they can love and thrive in as much as I have. That's the reason I'm here.